Okay.
What I like to use for scissoring is, I have a pair of curves as well, but I've stopped using them. I just started using straights. These are 8-inch. These were like $30. They're Aussie Dog. It doesn't matter what you use. Make sure it's comfortable for your hand. As far as holding them, you want your ring finger in this hole. I've had people come to me and say they've been trained for grooming and they're scissoring like this. This is never correct, ever, not in a million years. This is not correct. This is correct, and your fingers are not shoved all the way through doing this. You're not doing a chopping motion. You're only moving your thumb, okay? You're not moving everything. If you do all this chopping motion, you're going to have carpal tunnel syndrome in a year. So, scissoring, you can use curves. These are slightly curved. These are, depends on the dog. I love these. They need to be sharpened. But then we have thinners. These are thinning shears. They're not blenders. Blenders they take a lot more hair off. So more than likely you have thinners. Blenders are kind of hard to find. So I comb everything down here, and I start at the cuff. Make sure all the hair is off of your table. And I try to clean up the floor and everything. I don't like all that hair. So you can take your long scissors, you set them here on top of the foot. You slide it in on top of the foot, and you angle it out. It's not angled up, because it will be too short. Angle it more forward or at a 45 and trim. Okay. If you've done your foot properly, you won't have any hair hanging off there. That's right where you trimmed it. So keep comb it down through your hair and go on around. And do it this way too. Okay. Comb down again. And you can pick your foot up and see what you've missed. And you can see how it's angled already. That's what you want to continue with around. The inside of the leg is always harder because you can't get to it. Okay. See, I didn't come up high enough on that, so I just knocked it off. Always get your hair anyway. And see, that's a nice bevel there. It doesn't look anything like too high up. Some people will come and do it this way. They hold it down and then they trim. That's fine. I tend to make it too high like this when I do it like that, and that looks funny. So you don't do it that way. You can take your foot, and you don't want to do it like this, because if you cut, it'll be too high. You kind of bend the straighten the leg out a little bit and come across the back. Be careful. Some dogs are ticklish right here, and they'll kick, and so they're tickled because you're sliding that in, and it tickles. Not all dogs, but some of them. Obviously, she's not. There. See, now you have that nice little beveled foot. Okay. And you can do it from behind, but I can see everything from here. It's fine. So if you have everything that looks good the way you want it from here, I can take these little short ones and neaten up what I want. Then you look at it from the front. I look at it from the front. And if you can see that. Okay, when you're looking at it, I have to turn her leg, kind of weird. You can see it's not beveled right here, so you can clean that up and make it straight. Same thing on both sides from the front, is make it straight. Now, if you're not real competent with scissors, you can do the whole dog with your thinning shears. So you start back combing. Here, let's stand all the hair up, see what you have sticking out and not sticking out, and shake it out. So there's a little hair. So if you're not good with scissors, which is where you would pick it up and just, she has the whole hair, don't worry about it, it'll grow in. You would scissor just to finish, just to take the tips off. Okay, but if you're not comfortable with scissors, like I said, you can do the entire finish work with your thinners. Like this. Okay, you see all this up here? She wants to sit down. Okay. Normally I would take my scissors and blend this together. Okay. But let's say I don't know how to scissor. You can take your thinners and thin it off the same way. If you're going to be doing this with thinners, you want to get a better pair. These were not cheap. They run about $200. But you can see how it can blend it in. You don't want to do it too long on one place or you'll have a big hole. This will take longer than scissors, but it is possible. You see, that looks good. And even in this area here, same thing. And see, if she were mine, and I was doing this at home, this would be short like I did the Miami. I would probably do it a little shorter. And you can come down here and pick out what you've thinnered. And same thing under here. You can finish all this off without scissors. Be careful of the nipples because you can cut them. Same thing. And see, this is where I've done a clipper comb one way and not the other maybe. I wasn't underneath her to look. But you can fix all that with thinners. And all this tuck up area here. Just comb it out. And or you can just take your scissors and straighten all that out. And you want to get up underneath here and the whole inside of her leg. You don't want to move it here. But again, you can do all this with the thinners. You don't have to touch scissors at all if you don't want to. Even for the top knot and tail, you can do all thinners. Oops. Now it's easier to do the other side of the leg if you want to do that. But and you do the same thing on the other side. I've done the other side of different grooms so that we can do a couple of different haircuts on her. And okay, that part's done. That looks okay. That looks okay. And I haven't looked at the inside of her back leg yet on this side. On her tail area, remember there's two different lengths here. This is a 4, this is a 3/8, or a 1/4 inch and a 3/8. But you just lay your scissors here where you've trimmed and cut it. Okay? You can comb it down. Trim. There. And there's that. Okay? And then you can comb this over and all this over and just lay them up there and trim it. You check the insides of the back leg to make sure they're nice and parallel lines. You can come in with thinners or scissors and trim that. Be careful around all this. Stop. She's ticklish. And trim this. You can thinner it. Again. Now if you remember when we were doing the sanitary, I just did this little area here. Because if I had shaved all this down here, that would look naked and it would look like a Brazilian. And one thing I haven't done, which you shouldn't do, is leave your sharp stuff under the dog in case they kick or move. They'll knock your stuff off and you won't be happy. Okay. We're just trimming off anything that's sticking out like you don't want it. So that's the back leg on the lamb trim. So we'll move to the front leg. The front leg, the cuff is the exact same thing. Comb it all down. Put your scissors in here and trim. Don't be scared, just do it. Put your scissors in here and just trim. If they're laying flat on that foot like that, at a bevel, at an angle, then you'll be just fine. Okay, and just to the front. Don't worry about the back right now. So when you pick it up, if you have any hanging over, you can trim it. See if it's all even or not, or trim it. And then take it on around behind the foot on this side. Same thing on this side. And you can pull it in behind. Okay. Now you want her to set that foot down. If you need her to, because see, if I start working on this, she's going to pick it up. And she's going to want to sit down, and she's going to move it. Oh. Step up. If you set your scissors down and your dog steps on your scissors, do not pull them out. Make sure you pick up their foot and move your scissors. Because if you pull them out, especially if they're open like this, you will cut your dog's foot. Guaranteed. I've been there, done it once. And I learned my lesson the hard way. It wasn't my dog. So, always pick their foot up if they step on your scissors. Okay, then I use the bigger end on this and I comb up. Especially if they have longer hair, it goes through it a lot easier. So, that comb, all this stuff, you kind of shake it. I like to pick it up at first because you can look at it from the front and you see it's a little bulgy here and of course up here because the back, those clipper combs just don't do well up there. So what I do is I want my straight line, and you can do it with the thinners, same thing. You can just take off all your sticky outies and thinner off the parts that you don't want. Stop. She wants to have a sit. And you come on this side, do the same thing. Just make it straight. And you can do it with the foot down if you want. And there's that part. Okay. And you can stack it back. And work on the inside of this leg. You see there? All that stuff sticking there. And you can stop there if you want. It looks pretty good. If you hold this leg up, you can see all the way around the whole leg. And to clean it up. And then same thing here. You want to, I always do the front, I tend to do the front first. And you want a straight line. So you want to take out this bulging part right here. That was the part that was needing to be blended anyway. Come around, get that elbow. Not you, Carmen. Okay, so from the front, it looks good. I like it. And so then I work at it from the side, because that doesn't look so good. So what I'm going to do is move this foot, and this one. I'm going to back comb it again. Go off your table, shake her leg, and do it. You want it to be straight. Stop. Now you can see there's stuff sticking out here, it's a little in here, out here. So you fix it. Now see, she's wanting to move her leg. She's being a little touch-me-not. She's going to be good for it though, okay. A lot of them are like that. You can come up here and thinner off or scissor off anything sticking out. Because see, you've already got this pretty much. If you see anything extra, just get it, take it off. Okay, see, that looks good. And what you always need to do is pick the leg up, because you see all this long stuff right here? All this long stuff here, you gotta take it off. Because it doesn't get it all the time. Alright. That's pretty much it for this side. I need to fix this. That's basically your lamb trim. Okay. All that's fixed. Nice. So you can see the body. See how it's longer on the body, on the legs, than it is on the body. And I would, like I said, you can take this shorter, you can leave these longer, you can leave this longer and this longer, or you can, it doesn't really matter. It's just the longer you leave it, the more scissor work you're going to have to do, because those vacuums just don't pick up very well the longer the coat. All right.